What's up guys, we're here with Dofus and today I'm actually gonna make something that's been requested a few times. Basically it's a intelligent Xelor guide. I've already recorded it but mistakenly deleted it. So I'm re-recording it and I tried. Wow, I'm getting loads of messages, so sorry if you guys hear the buzzing. I tried making this a bit more interesting than it already was, but unfortunately I can't really find a way to make a role-playing game like this interesting. So I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way, and I'm just going to go over all the... I'm sorry if you guys saw that. I'm just going to go over all the, you know, stuff that I usually go over, like statistics, spells, what gear to use and stuff like that. I'll try and leave some annotation links in the video so you can skip to whatever part you want to skip to. And of course, sorry for the buzzing sound of my PC. I'm kind of financially, how should I put it, in a difficult position, so I can't really afford a new headset, so I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and go on to the statistics. So my statistics, as you can see, 10 AP, 6 MP, 3432 health. I'd say between 3000 and 4000 is pretty good, pretty average for you know, any class. Well, except Secure, of course. If you're a strength character, you can easily get over 4000 HP because the strength gear gives shit ton of vitality. But I just got 3400, and it's more than enough because you're not really gonna get hit by monsters that often unless they're ranged, and there's not really a lot of ranged mobs. So, as an int Xelor, you really want to get 10 AP. Why? Because Devotion will give you 12 AP, and then you're gonna get 3 Dark Rays in. And as far as my knowledge goes, Dark Ray, as you can see here, is one of the only spells that hasn't really changed. What I mean with that is, if you look at hand, it says number of casts per turn per target, 2, so you can only cast hand twice per target. And Dark Ray doesn't have a cost limit, so you can cast it on an enemy 10 times if he had 40 HP. AP, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't have a cost limit. I hope it doesn't change in the future, but you know, for now we can have fun with it. So as you can see, I scrolled everything to 101, so you know, keep that in mind. So I put everything in wisdom because Xelors are supposed to be wisdom. For PvE it doesn't really matter too much, you can go all intelligence if you want, but if you PvP on the side as well, wisdom is a really good choice because it allows you to AP rape people a lot easier. Excuse me, I'm a bit sick. Rest can see 409 wisdom. I just scrolled this and put points in it. I think I screwed up one point because it's supposed to be 4 out of 10, but it might be 4 out of 10 at level 200, so I'm not too sure about that. And then 365 from the set, which is pretty good. It does include a 60 wisdom cow with Dofus, which they changed recently. But yeah, if you do the quest line and you get a Dofus, you'll probably end up something around 350 or something as well. Strength, don't really care for that. Intelligence, as you can see, I don't know, 1 scrolled, and then 705 from the set. You could do a lot better. You could get at least 1200 intelligence from the set, but you lose, I'd say, about 500 vitality. You'd lose a shit ton of vitality. But if you think it's worth it, you know, go for it. I personally don't think it's worth it. if you're going full intelligence, all the points of intelligence, then you might want to consider switching the gear out, because you're gonna hit a crap ton. I was hitting about 600 per dark ray and about 1200 per sword hit when I was intelligence. Chance doesn't really matter, and agility, you are gonna get a bit of agility from this set, so it's always useful. Also, one thing to know, you are gonna be range capped if you take the exact pieces that I have. Why is this good? Well, an attaching Xelor benefits from range, and if you're range capped, you're gonna have like 12 range or something, which is pretty awesome. Actually, you're gonna have 15 range with Dark Ray, which is fucking amazing. Yeah, you can have 15 range and you're gonna steal 1 range per Dark Ray. I think it's... well, actually, I don't think it's got a effect limit, so I think you can just keep stealing range as much as you want. So if we go to advanced stats, we can see AP reduction is 77, AP loss resistance is 82, 77 and 69, ooh, kinky. Critical hits with this set is 45, so you're gonna be 1-2 criticals on everything. As you can see, the sword is 1-2, the spells are 1-2, 1-2, summoning of Shefferfu, the summoning spells are 1-2, lightning strike 1-2, you're gonna be 1-2 on all the spells, which is amazing, let me tell you that. So fun seeing all the crits pop out. You can have, you know, unlucky streaks and don't have any crits, but that's the point of it. Lock and dodge, you don't really need to pay attention to that, because, you know, you got flight. Damage, there's no damage for some weird reason, but you get a lot of fire damage, so that's awesome. 31% power, we get 91 fire damage. That means all our attacks are going to do 91 more damage. If it was to do 100 damage, then it would do 191 damage. So all the fire spells automatically do 91 more damage on top of your, you know, normal damage. 12 agility, blah blah blah. Resistances aren't really that great, as you can see. It's between 3 and 8%, I guess. You get 9% here. 25 fixed, so people are always gonna do 25 less water damage on you. So if someone were to do 50 water damage, you'd only do 25, and then you would do even less because the 8%. So yeah, that's it. So let's go over to spells. The way I got it right now is 6 slowdown, of course, you always want to have this level up. Rewind, I just made this 1 level because I had to get my panda in a large mob, and I needed to give the spell 1 range so I could give it to my panda so he could teleport out and throw stuff in the colossal dungeon. So you could leave this level 1 if you want, or you can level this, doesn't really matter. And one of your main damage spells, mainly just use this if you can't reach them with Darkrai. Lake Pie could be a good spell to level. I couldn't really get the word. It could be a good spell to level. 8 range, pretty good. Doesn't have modifiable range, so you can always hit it even if people take your range, and it has pretty good damage since the update. So weapon skill, of course, you want to level that. It's going to give you 350 power. If you get a bad roll, it's going to give you 300 power. Doesn't really matter too much. Sandglass, of course, you want to level this. This is your AP rape ability, and it does damage. It's better than League Pie. As you can see, 8 to 10 if you level this up, but you need to be linear. So Also a minimum range. Dark Ray, this is the bread and butter of the class. You always want to try and cast this. If you can't, well, cast hand. Tesseract is your teleport. You always want to level this. I'd suggest holding on to it until you're like above level 100, because how should I put it? You aren't really gonna need this much. You're gonna need it quite a lot in the harder fights, but you're not gonna need it below 100, basically. Temporal Dust is your AoE, 5 AP, which is kinda a shame. I'd rather see the damage go a bit down, but have 4 AP, but you know, we can't have everything, can we? Time Theft, I leveled this because of PvP purposes. It's a really good spell. You can get someone down really easily. Homing Ant, I leveled this because, you know, when you are PvPing or fighting something that, you know, you don't want to be hit by in CC, you can just spam this. It's quite a good amount of damage. At level 6 it does about 120, 140 or something like that. Devotion, you want to level this because it gives you 2 AP. Basically you always want to level this. Flight, you always want to level this. There's a debate going on if level 5 is better than level 6. In my opinion, level 6 is better because it only costs 1 AP. You can do it 3 times. At level 5 it costs 2 AP, but you can do it 5 times. So it kind of depends. I like the lower AP more, so I can just go out and, you know, do stuff. I'd mainly leave at level 5 if you got low MP, but you're not really gonna fly more than 3 times, so it doesn't really matter too much. Loss of motivation, I just leveled this because, you know, PvP purposes, and it's also a really good PvE kind of thing. You can just keep stacking it and they'll have like minus a whole buttload of AP resistance. That's always good. Counter, fun fact about this, if you select this on, mobs are likely to ignore you and they will more likely go to another person of your group. So if you got a multi-man, you can test it out. You can stand next to the multi-man. Basically you can stand here, have a mob here, and then have the multi-man stand next to it, and you can slap on counter and you can see that the mob will actually ignore you and he will go for your multi-man. So this kind of acts like a personal shield. It's also nice, you know, to reflect, like, I think it's about 120, 130, maybe 40 damage back to the enemy. So Mummy, you could level this if you want. I don't really care for it too much. It's a good nuke kind of spell. It provides protection and it gives you power, but you won't be able to teleport around, so that's really annoying. And then the dial, of course, you kind of want to level this because low AP and low recast time. It's only 5 turns, which goes by really fast in the later levels. It's a really good meat shield. It's got quite a lot of resistance except for water and air, but most, you know, mobs are neutral or earth, so you don't really need to worry about that. But it's a good line of sight blocker. It's a good meat shield. Then for sets, excuse me, trophies, I'm gonna go with trophy first. 20 fire damage, minus 8% earth. I'm mainly PvE, so I don't really give a crap about my resistances. So then we've got the 60 int and the 30 int ones. These are, you know, pretty, I'm just gonna swap these around. These are pretty basic, so, you know, just to have some int. Then I've got the MP trophy. There are no conditions on the MP trophy. And then I've got the Twitcher, which is 1 range, so I'm range capped up to 6 range. And then I've got my Dofus. For me, this is ideal, this whole trophy setup, because I don't need the criticals from my turquoise. I don't need anything else. I could get the 100 in trophy, but I'd lose 200 vitality, which in my opinion isn't really worth it. Automized set. As you can see, I got the amulet, the sword, and the boots. And if you go over to the set, it says it gives 1 AP for crit for the int. All of them are max crit. Then I've got this ring, 6 crit, really awesome. It's really low on vitality, but most rings are at, you know, even at endgame, so doesn't really matter too much. Int, edgy, crit, range as well. Anium ligature, still at the end, 350 fit, 6 crit, again, really high crits. Then I got the anti-climax cloak. Why do I have this? Even with the minus critical damage, well, I find it to be a bit better than Celestial Cloak because it's more int, it gives range, it gives crit, damage, initiative. It's all around a pretty good cloak for me, at least. So I took it. Army got bent, 3 crit, an AP, some int, and blah 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 damage. This is the thing that's bothering me a little bit, but you know, what can you do about it? The low fit is the main thing that bothers me, but I got a pretty good amount of vitality, so I don't really care too much. Really high crits, got some range, got fire damage, it has initiative, and it has critical damage, which kind of offsets the minus critical damage from your cape, so that's always a good plus sign. Also, if you go over to your stats, critical damage, you can see I got +8, so I'm not negative on my critical damage, so in my eyes, as long as you're not critical, it's all good. And I should put the shadow sign in that thingy. Can I actually exchange these? Oh, like in 2 weeks or something. Okay. So, I think that's all I have to show. Oh yeah, the little set. As you can see, it gives 20 in, 20 actually 6 critical damage for critical hits. You could go with the boots, but you lose your automized set bonus, and you lose a lot of vitality, so I don't think it's worth it. You should keep the automized set and just have these pieces in. If you can exo mage something, of course you can do that, and you can get rid of a few pieces and get better vitality, better intelligence, but I'm not rage, so. And then for my mount, it's a standard emerald orchid mount, so that's basically it. 3D attaching Xelor guide. I will show you some hits if you guys like. I am going to send him away. Okay, let's see if I still have this. Okay, none of my hotkeys work, so I'll have to fix that. I'm really sorry for that. I don't think I want slot 1, so I'm going to do this. That should be all good. Yeah, okay. So let's show you 3 dark rays in a row. As you can see, that's 1200. It's 1270 actually, but if it all crits, you know, you're gonna get a lot more damage out of it. One last time. The sword, I kinda wanna show the sword before it actually dies. Well, it's gonna kill him now, isn't it? I should have won with the other stuff. And I'm gonna make it, actually. Need to do that. So now the hands. As you can see, hand hits a lot less. Well, 50, but that's a lot. It doesn't even come close to the normal hits from the Dark Ray. Boom, there we go. That's like 1,300, 1,400 maybe, I don't know. I guess I could show you guys the... I'm actually gonna do this. Sandglass. And then Temple Dust. Sandglass. Temple Dust on the second square. And then Temple Dust on the last square. Of course, if you guys play this game, you know that area of effect is the most effective in the center. So always try to hit your main target in the center of your AoE. As you can see. I guess I can go over and leak by it. 150, that's level 1. So of course it should hit about 200, 250, you know. Level 6. Sword again, I'm gonna try and crit. Well, that was a lousy crit. But yeah, we are wisdom. We are not really supposed to be damage dealers. Boom. But yeah, that's kind of how intelligent sailors are. On a good roll, I could hit 700 on 0% targets with my sword. Then at 2 times 400, which is 800, then you'll get like 1,500 hits per turn. If you can hit them with a sword, of course. But of course, you can go all the way at the end of the map and still hit your target, which is pretty awesome. Not a lot of classes can actually do that with, you know, a lot of damage. Cross can do it, for example, but I don't really care for Cross too much. But yeah, that's kind of it, I think. I guess I can show you how to... Oh shit. They didn't fix that bug yet. Jesus Christ. Well, I'll show you guys how fast I can kill it with just my Xelor, and then I'll try it with my Shadow Wilds. Damn it, I didn't get an extra EP. $680, that's nice. Oops. 766, holy shit. Boom. So yeah, I'll try and kill it with shadow now, so I'm gonna stand over here. Should I want to do that? Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll just use dark rays. Does this hit? No. So I'm gonna do that. Boom. As you can see, shadow actually hits quite a lot, which is fucking awesome. Holy shit. Use this. Get some extra power and boom. That's like 1,000 or something. Holy shit. Actually, I should use that first. I'm a bit of an idiot. Excuse me, but I haven't played this game in a while. So let's try and one-shot it. I'm gonna use this. I'm actually gonna stand over here. Yeah, we can easily one-shot it. But yeah, I would really recommend... Well, he's got a... Pardon, I didn't know that. I would really recommend getting... Yeah, just show off, you piece of shit. I would really recommend getting Shadow if you're into damage. He's a really good tank as well, because he's got quite a lot of, you know, lock and dodge at the same time. But yeah, I would really recommend getting Shadow. Or you could get Scale, which I don't have at the moment on this character, I think. But Scale gives you this passive ability, which if you stand near him, you'll actually get AP and MP reduction bonus, so you'll be able to AP and MP rip stuff a lot easier. Or you can use Limino, which I don't have on this character, I have it on another character, so. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been Xelor, I'm out.